In this video, you're going to learn the benefits of working with a mental performance coach. Hey there, I'm Eli Straw, mental performance coach and the founder of SuccessStartsWithin.com. A mental performance coach is also known as a mental game coach, a mental coach, a sports psychology coach, and they are a professional who works with you on your mental skills. So they will help you improve your mental skills so that your mental skills, so your mindset, can then enhance your performance. But also they will help you overcome mental challenges you may be facing, such as fear of failure, performance anxiety, perfectionism, and etc. So number one, the first benefit that you can expect from working with a mental performance coach is performance enhancement. This really has to do with the mental skills you will learn and how you will be taught how to apply those mental skills directly onto the field or onto the court in order to enhance your performance. An example I can give is focus. When I'm working with an athlete, one of the main things we work on is improving their focus. And we do that by providing them with specific objectives for every single game and then also objectives for every single practice. And if they really adhere to those objectives, that narrows their focus and makes them more likely to succeed. And so that's how we begin to see these mental skills directly enhancing an athlete's performance. Benefit number two is coping with competition pressure. There's no doubt that no matter what sport you play or no matter what level you're at, you're going to experience pressure. When you work with a mental performance coach, they will help you handle this pressure. Number one, they will help you identify where is this pressure coming from. And once you identify where the pressure is coming from, then you can work on taking your focus off of that distraction. But then also what they're going to do is teach you tools, techniques, and strategies that you can use in the moment to help cope with that pressure. Another example I can give is breath work. Whenever I'm working with an athlete and they're experiencing a lot of competition pressure, I introduce to them some breath work exercises that they can do in that specific moment that's going to center their attention, calm themselves down, and then help them perform better in that situation. Another benefit of mental performance coaching is that a mental performance coach will help you cope with injuries. They'll help you recover from an injury, but then they'll also help you manage the frustration that you feel when you're injured. An example is just this past fall, I was working with a football player. He was a high school football player. And during the season when we were working together, he got injured. And so what we were able to do is work through that injury. But not only were we able to work through that injury, but we were able to figure out some ways that he could actually make the most of the situation that he's in. A lot of times what happens when you're injured as an athlete is you feel like you're falling behind because you're not out there on the field or you're not out there on the court, you're not actively training every day. But we implemented some strategies that he could use so that he was still working on building his confidence. He was still learning about the game even while he was sidelined with an injury. Another benefit of mental performance coaching is increasing your motivation. When you work with a mental performance coach, we will help identify what exactly motivates you. This is known as your why, right? Your purpose behind playing. Now, why is it important for you to identify your purpose? Why is it important for you to even have more motivation? Well, we're talking about motivation to play on a specific game day, yes, but also just in general. And here's why that becomes important. Because when you identify where your motivation comes from, you can then leverage your motivation. A lot of times what can happen is if you have one bad game, two bad games, three bad games, maybe a bad season, then it's easy to see your motivation decrease. When you see that motivation decrease, you might not be training as much. You might even start questioning, do I want to even play my sport? When you work with a mental performance coach, you will identify where this motivation comes from, how you can leverage your motivation, and then also how you can bounce back from mistakes, recover from bad games, and keep your motivation to train and to perform at a high level rather than having it be torn down due to these mistakes and due to these setbacks. Another benefit is increasing your confidence. Confidence is huge for you as an athlete. And when you work with a mental performance coach, what will happen is, number one, you'll identify what right now influences your confidence. And then what's going to happen is you see which of what is influencing your confidence right now is in your control. The reason it's important to identify what's in your control is because you want to influence your confidence. You want to control your confidence. And so what's going to happen as you identify what right now is influencing my confidence is you're going to choose which of those are in your control, and then you can focus on them. For example, if you identify that quality training sessions really boost my confidence, well then you need to make sure that leading up to a game that you are doing all that you can to have quality training sessions. And not quality based on the outcome, but quality based on the amount of focus you're giving to each training session, how much training you're doing, the amount of intent, and what specifically you're working on that training session. So through mental performance coaching, you're going to increase your confidence. And the more confident you are, the more freely you're going to be able to play because you're trusting in yourself and you're trusting in your skills. And then the last benefit I want to talk about is that mental performance coaching is going to help you find enjoyment or increase enjoyment in your sport. One of the reasons that athletes come and work with me is because right now they're feeling like they lost that passion to play. So number one, they're wondering, do I even want to play my sport anymore? And then number two, if they know that they do want to play their sport, they're trying to figure out, why right now do I not have this passion to play? When you work with mental performance coaching, what's going to happen is you're going to be able to identify what exactly you enjoy about your sport. But more than that, you're going to learn how to focus on that and how to apply it every day so that you can get more enjoyment out of your sport, out of what you love to do, rather than having it turn into something that you dread. And whenever you're dealing with performance anxiety, fear of failure, perfectionism, maybe some poor focus, that can quickly reduce your love and cause your sport to be something that you dread. So those are the main benefits that you can experience working with mental performance coaching. Now, if you're interested in learning more about mental performance coaching or getting started with mental performance coaching, I put a link in the description below to the one-on-one mental performance coaching that I offer. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I wish you the best of success in all that you do. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. We put out new videos each week on sports psychology and mental training. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you're interested in learning more about one-on-one mental performance coaching, head over to successstartswithin.com.